there are noises the human being doesn't like, and other noises he likes. And those he likes, he picks up and converts into music. So any noise has the potential to be music.
Somebody called Conny in that film a medium for the music, which is a really interesting, almost magical way of thinking about what he did. And in a sense, you've become the medium for your father's legacy. And was doing this some kind of way for you to fully reconnect with your father who died when you were still so young?
Let me put it this way. At the beginning of the film, it was two separate persons. It was Papa, and it was this godlike producer figure, Conny Plank. They were two separate entities. And with this film, I managed to first near them and then to become one again.
I think this is the wonderful thing about Conny Plank, that he didn't have this kind of signature style. He was very selfless. He wanted to sort of personally step aside, but what he did do, he was a tremendous enabler. He helped them. He was almost like a kind of a window or a prism or something in which he could enable whatever the band's vision was, whether it was Cluster, whether it was Neue, whether it was early Kraftwerk, whether it was DAF later on. He enabled them to kind of realise their vision and realise it as clearly and as fully as possible, which is why the music they produce always sounds like it was made yesterday or even the day after tomorrow.
I remember my father would get furious at the kitchen table if a musician would say, "Oh, we would like to sound like this band." If you said, "Oh, I would like to sound like a forest in mid-June," fine, no problem. He loved musicians, and he loved when he could make them find something new.
Conny hat sich nie eingemischt in das, was Musiker machen. Das hat er nicht gemacht. Der Conny hätte zum Beispiel jetzt nie gesagt, nee, ihr müsst das aber so machen und das so machen. Solche Leute gibt es auch, es gibt ja so Produktionen. Und ich wusste, mir war wirklich klar, als wir dann Conny trafen und ins Studio und Conny zu Hause mit seinem ganzen Zeug, ja, habe ich gewusst, das ist genau der Schritt, in die Richtung geht. Dann werden wahrscheinlich Träume kommen. Er ist natürlich auch in seine Küche geführt, ja, Christa vorgestellt, den kleinen Stephan. Und das Ganze war irgendwie so familiär, so, hey, hier ist eine Familie, in die ihr könnt einfach reinkommen.
It's really interesting seeing, the role of Christa, your mother, as well in the whole thing. I mean, it's sort of clear, the glimpses we get in the film, it seems like she was also very crucial to the running of the whole thing, and kind of maybe also the sort of personal relations with some of the artists as they came through.
I'm pretty sure my mother should have a co-producer credit on each and every album my father did. She knew about the recording process and would work with Conny, like when the band is about to fight, she would make gnocchi with gorgonzola and have a nice wine on the table, and after this there's no fight possible. So they were working hand in hand.
Wir waren bewegt von der Zeit, alle. Und die Zeit verlangte eigentlich von uns, dass wir relevante Kunst machen, nicht uns auf den Markt einlassen, auf das, was der will, sondern dass wir das machen, was uns taugt. Und da war Conny der ideale Partner.
I tried to understand during the film by what kind of way he would choose a band. And for him, in my perspective, it was innovation and believability. And whatever kind of flavor was your poison, he wouldn't care about it. I found it quite fascinating because I was searching for this. What's the common denominator in these bands? Because it's quite a lot of, like, from Kraftwerk to Devo to Ultravox to Whodini is it's all over the place. But it's innovation and believability. I remember, quite funny, I tried to connect to Whodini and they had a MySpace page. And I wrote on the MySpace page, I'm Stephan Plank, I would like to... And I think half an hour later I got an email back that they would be honored to give the son of Sir Conny Plank an interview.
Good to see you, man. What's up, G? Welcome. Welcome to Atlanta. Come on in. Okay. Look at you, man. You were a little kid, man, when we first met you. I know you don't remember, you were so young, man.
We were absolutely nobody.
Nobody knew who we were.
No
guys.
We barely knew who.
Right.
Dean.
Dean, who? What's that? And get to tell you a little bit about, you know, the impact that your papa had in our lives and in our careers, man. Definitely never forget Conny Plank.
Obviously, if I could talk to my father now, I would constantly ask him something. But at this stage, there's no question which I say, oh, I should have asked him this. No, I have the feeling I have a proper picture of how he worked and how he made his decisions.
Yeah, well, I think we do too with this film. You've done a fantastic job with it. So I'd like to thank you, Stephan Plank, for talking to me and for the film. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.